Hello, welcome back to the We Are City channel for a tactical delve into Pep Guardiola's tactics and a little bit of a change tactics for FC 24. You want to play like Pep Guardiola, you want to replicate Pep Guardiola with whichever team you're using, career mode or an ultimate team. I think it's a bit more difficult. However, you are playing FC 24. This is the video for you. I'm going to get right into the tactics, formation, tactics, instructions, defensive game plan as well, which is quite crucial to playing this way, and also something you might need to do in career mode. So starting off, we'll go with the tactics, the formation. The personnel doesn't particularly matter. This is the sort of starting lineup you'll see Pep Guardiola play so far in the Premier League season, and this is the sort of lineup I used in my FC 24 career mode season 1. Of course, Kevin De Bruyne played a lot more games because he wasn't injured for us, but in real life, Kevin De Bruyne is injured. This is the way City are looking. Pep Guardiola, no matter what formation they play, who they're playing, he likes to play, it doesn't even matter the personnel, he likes to play a 3-2-4-1. That is the way you're always going to play, no matter the personnel, no matter the positions. It's going to be a 3-2-4-1. Now, things change between Pep Guardiola at the start of the season, and since he's got maybe an injured John Stones back and so on, which we'll go into. So this is the formation you want to pick to start with as your balanced game plan. The formation is this one, a 3-5-2. You can see there, I'll show it on the screen now and keep it there for just a little while I talk so you can see the positions. Is a goalkeeper, 3 centre-backs, slightly different to last year on a career mode, and of course on FIFA 23. We made the 2 wide centre-backs, a right-back and a left-back. This year, flat back 3. Defending's a lot more difficult in that situation, defending wide areas, and if you play them as fullbacks, they don't like it. So you want to play a goalkeeper, 3 centre-backs, 2 holding midfielders, then 2 central attacking midfielders who are playing quite wide, and then a right and a left wing that are a bit deeper, just ahead or just in line with your centre attacking midfielders, but also wide as you can possibly make them. Erling Haaland at striker, your main striker up top. That is the formation you want to go with. Now, this is the personnel we've gone with. Ederson, Walker, Diaz and Ake, the back 3. Stones and Rodri in the midfield 2, with Alvarez, Bernardo Silva in front. Doku on the left, Foden on the right, and Erling Haaland through the middle. Now, of course, in real life, John Stones would play in the back line and then step up into that. And we're trying to recreate that the best we can, and you'll see how we do that. So, tactically, what do you want to do? So, if you're in career mode here, you want to go custom tactics. You don't want to say, whatever, kick and rush and all those different tactics. It's going to be very difficult for your players to learn it so quickly, but you want custom tactics, and these are the ones you want to do. So, defensive style press after possession loss. Team width 60. Not too wide, because actually you want to use the wide men to create space in the wide areas, and then the players in the middle to pick the passes. So this is defensive anyway, but 60 team width and 90 team depth. A nice high line. Nice. Vulnerable to long balls in behind. That's where you need your Walkers, your Akes, your pacey players to help out Ruben Diaz, because Diaz is not quick at all. Offensively, build-up style, we want slow build-up. We want chance creation, possession, and then width 65 again, not so wide. Not as wide as you think. You see, City love the width of the wide centre-backs and also the wide men, but then it's the people in the middle that pick the passes, and you can play little 1-2s and so on before you burst into a wide area with a Doku, and you try and get Doku or a Grealish or a Foden in a one-on-one situation versus the opposition fullback. That's what you're trying to create, one-on-one situations, and then it's about cutbacks, getting the ball into the box. Plays into the box, just 3 away from the top one. You want to get quite a few plays into the box. Corners are 2, and free kicks are 2. Roles-wise, I've gone with Captain Kyle Walker, of course. Alvarez to take the free kicks and the long free kicks, because he does take it from Manchester City. Left corner and in-swinger from Alvarez. Right corner and in-swinger from Phil Foden. His left foot and penalties, Erling Haaland. So there is your full starting 11. And now let's have a look at the instructions, which are pretty crucial. So, Ederson, we want him to come for crosses and be a sweeper keeper. Kyle Walker, overlap. Yes, you want him to step up and overlap Kyle Walker. So he steps up into space when needed, and also he can overlap Phil Foden, let Foden drift inside, create the width that way. And that is the way Pep started things. So if you think about the start of the season for Manchester City, they played in a 3-2-4-1 formation, but the man on the wide right was Walker, and Foden started on the right and tucked inside into the Alvarez position. Walker went wide right. And then sometimes, you can have a Kanji step into the midfield. There's many, many different ways to do this. This is just the way that I find most effective on FC 24. And that is the thing, isn't it? There's lots of ways to play, always in the 3-2-4-1 shape, but there's lots of ways to play. This is the most effective way on FC 24. Ruben Diaz, you want him on conservative conceptions. That's pretty important. He'll only come out and try and win the ball if he can clearly win it, because if he steps out, your whole defence is gone. That's why I want him to do that. Ake is on stay battle attacking and step up, same as Walker. Then for your 2 midfielders, these are the crucial players that you want to sort of play the back three and get passes into the midfield two in Stones and Rodri. Your back three, get the passes into midfield two. We will put a bit of a gameplay towards the end of this episode, this video. But yeah, you want to get the ball into those two before you find Bernardo and Doku, Alvarez and Foden in the space, and then through to Haaland. So cut passing lanes to Rodri, stay back while attacking. Interception's just normal, but you want him as a deep line playmaker. Now, he could have drift wide, but you want him as a deep line playmaker. That is crucial, that Rodri will step back and pick the ball up from the back line, or will go wherever needed to make sure you've always got a pass. And that means he steps into the back line. Actually, Pep Guardiola's Manchester City, Rodri steps into the back line and Stones stays further forward. If you watch Rodri and Stones play together, when in possession, Rodri's a deeper player and Stones is the further forward player. Stones cut passing lanes. We want him to not stay back while attacking, not get forward, not drop between the defenders. I mean, you can have him to drop between the defenders if you want to try and make it into a back four, but I prefer having an extra man in the middle, so Stones is going to stay there. Deep line playmaker again and cover centre. Rodri can go anywhere. Stones covers the centre. Onto the right attacking midfielder, which is Julian Alvarez. We've got him on stay forward. Now, you can have him as balanced if you want a bit of support in that midfield, but I like to keep him stay forward because I like to then press with Haaland and Alvarez on the opposition when you're out of possession. Now, when you're out of possession, you can switch the formation as well, which we'll get into, but I like Alvarez and Haaland when I forget to switch formation, or when we try to win the ball back quickly after we lose possession. Alvarez and Haaland pressing together. Get into the box across. I want him to free roam, and I want him to be aggressive in his interceptions. But also on the far side, come back on defence. I want him to stay on the edge of the box across. We don't need him getting in and getting goals. We want him to drift wide. Bernardo can go into the wide areas and help out Doku. Link up with Jeremy Doku. Interceptions normal. He can also drift out wide right as well. Bernardo Silva with Alvarez sweeping to the other side. Jeremy Doku, stay back on defence. We want him to stay wide, keep the width balanced there and stay on the edge of the box. Not get into the box. Doku is someone who likes to create on the edge of the box. I mean, if you get the ball to him, he can run at plays. And we're talking about creating those one-on-one situations, 1v1 situations. Doku is unbelievable for those with his pace and quality. On the right-hand side, Phil Foden again, come back on defence. Again, stay wide. The thing is, with Phil Foden, what we can do is, and I think sometimes you will do, sometimes you want him to stay wide, but with Kyle Walker overlapping, you can also say Foden should be a bit more balanced in his width. A bit more balance in his support as well. Can run in behind, can come short, can do either. And also get in the box across, because Phil Foden does score quite a few goals for City. Then up top, of course, Erling Haaland. His instructions are stay central, get in behind and stay forward. We want Haaland just always there if we need him. Scoring the goals, being in the right places. That's exactly what he does for Manchester City. Now, this is the way you're going to look at things, your starting game plan, but we do have another game plan. Now, I haven't set up an attacking game plan, an ultra-attacking or defensive. I've only set up a defensive game plan, which is a 4-2-4. This is the formation I'm playing. It's a 4-2-4 with then the wide fullbacks moved much narrower towards the defenders. The two central midfielders moved back towards more defensive positions. A left and right winger still, but moved again further back. And then you've got Alvarez as a centre forward playing off the striker, Erling Haaland. That's the way it looks. So you can see when we're out of possession, if you're out of possession for quite a lot of time, you don't want to be pushing too much forward. You don't want to be pressing too much. This is the way I like to play when we want to just hold on to a game. And sometimes City are under a bit of pressure. Sometimes you're under a bit of pressure. You can't get the ball back. You can't play it out. The opposition are on you. They keep possession for a while. So just get back into your shape and be a bit more relaxed. That's why I go into this one. Pressure and heavy touch. If they take a heavy touch, bang, we step on it. We've got the ball. Team with 45, so much more narrow defensive style this time. And depth 70, a lot deeper as well than usual. Just to be careful. We're still vulnerable to long balls in behind, but the chances are when you're playing this way, it's when the opposition have got the ball in the sort of midfield area. Now for possession and offence, we want fast build-up and possession. So we want to play it a little bit quicker. Now, you can fast build up and then try and hit teams on the counter like City would with the quality of someone like Erling Haaland. But if not, that's fine. Then you just switch back to your normal attacking, your normal balanced game plan and just knock the ball around again. It's about keeping possession with this formation. With the 65, again, still the same width. Less players in the box because if you're going to play fast build-up, you don't want your centre-backs, all your midfielders running in there. You just want Haaland, Foden, maybe Bernardo Silva, Alvarez, and that is it. Doku, those 4, 5, no more than that. Corners are 3 and free kicks are 3. Doesn't really matter on these two because you're not going to be playing so much with it. As for the instructions, you want Edison to be a sweeper keeper and come for crosses. You want Walker to stay back while attacking, overlap and aggressive interceptions. This is, remember, in defensive situations. Stones, everything the same, and the same for Diaz. And Nathan Ake inverted and stay back while attacking. Ake playing just a bit more centrally than Kyle Walker. Walker can help you out on the counter with his pace. Roderick cut passing lanes and stay back while attacking. Cover centre and he's on the right hand side of midfield. So Stones drops into centre back. Rodri drops to the right hand side. Bernardo fills in this left hand side a little bit further forward, but still as a holding midfielder with stay back while attacking. But we'll let him do whatever he wants, Bernardo, because he can lead a counter attack single handedly. On the left hand side, Doku come back in defence, stay wide. and no more instructions for him. Phil Foden, come back on defence and come short and get into the box or across. So Foden can, you know, help Haaland out in the attacking areas, and he can come short, pick up the ball, drive at the opposition. Alvarez is a centre forward. We have him on stay central and false 9, dropping into the midfield to create space for then a Foden and a Doku to make the runs in behind, for him to make the passes. Of course, if you were going to play with Kevin De Bruyne, you can easily swap out Alvarez for De Bruyne, and it would work amazingly well. De Bruyne playing off Haaland just like City would do in real life. That's exactly how I see it, and come back on defence. If De Bruyne's in there, I'd probably have him on stay forward though, but Alvarez has got a bit more stamina, a bit more of a work rate to him. And Erling Haaland, aggressive interception and getting behind. And balance. We don't want him staying forward or staying central, drifting wide. And we don't want him staying forward or coming back on defence. We just want him balanced, him making the right decisions. But yeah, you can easily swap out Alvarez or Kevin De Bruyne here, and you still have an amazing, amazing side. I mean, even better with Kevin De Bruyne, because you can play out passes. So that's when you know you're out possession, then you win the ball back, you want a quick counter. But when you keep in possession, you want it to look like this. We're going to jump into a game just to show you how this formation works exactly. And then it's down for you guys to try us in FC24 and let us know in the comments below how it works for you. And if you want to see more times and more examples of this being played, then watch our We Are City FC24 Manchester City career mode, where we play this formation throughout Season 1. So we're going to get into a short game here against Manchester United at the Etihad, just to show how you want to play, the way you need to play, if you're going to get this formation right. So we have kick-off here with the tactics, you can see there. Underway. I'm just going to lay it off to Phil Foden, play it backwards, and Manchester City have kick-offs. You can see Ake and Walker are going to play quite wide in those centre-back positions, and you want to work it along the back line. Now, Stones and Rodri are going to continually step into positions to help out defensively. You can see here, City playing a bit of a rhombus shape in terms of defensive shape. Ake, and you want to play it in these small little areas here. Now, obviously, that's me rushing it and knocking away. One thing you can't afford to do is give the ball away in silly positions here. That is a big one. Rasmus Højlund very strong there. And a penalty for Manchester United. That is poor by me, but what I'm saying is that is a clear example. You can't afford to give the ball away in the central areas. If you give the ball away stupidly like that, you will get caught out. And that's a big thing with this formation. You can't afford to give the ball away. Nice penalty from Fernandes, who gives United the lead. But you can't afford to give the ball away. So that's a really good example there. You have to be very, very careful on the ball. So in this back line, you can't afford to give the ball away at all in these situations. You want to keep it. You want to be calm and collected. Let the opposition press you. You want to sort of bring the opposition onto you and then find little pockets of space around them. And if you don't do, you lose it. Then, you know, in this situation now, United haven't really got possession, but I can drop them into my defensive formation. It'll just help us get bodies back. And those bodies back will then help us out. You see Wan-Bissaka here. See how we've just got a bit more of a shape now. Amrabat, Rashford, and there we intercept it into possession. Now we could attack quickly. I'm just going to drop it back to balance. And you've got to be patient with this formation. Very, very patient. You can see it working it wide to Doku. That's a horrible touch by Doku. Surprisingly bad by Doku. But it's about keeping the ball, keeping possession. I'll try and find some key moments in this game. Edit into key moments there. You can see exactly the way we want to do things. Marcus Rashford back to Edison. You see here, you want to bring the opposition onto you. So you're trying to get Manchester United to press you. And then play it out. You see here, we play straight through United brilliantly. Alvarez, Bernardo Silva. Look at Haaland go there. And look at that, we've unlocked them straight away. Brilliant football. Haaland across to Foden. What a goal that is. What absolutely beautiful football that is, and exactly what I'm saying. You can go front to back just like that. You want to bring the opposition onto you. And you see there, what United did there was, they pressed us. Manchester United decided to press Manchester City and press Ederson. I mean, doing that, that creates spacing behind. And we create a really nice goal. Foden and Haaland getting in the box, creating goals together. Now, we see how United are in possession now to kick off. We're going to go into defensive shape from kick off. Go to that 4-2-4. Because I'm not expecting to have much of the ball here straight away. I'm expecting United to be the players in possession. And Alvarez goes and wins it. Doku back to Ake. Back to Ederson. Now we can reset. Back into balance. Again, look, United are pressing us. We've got the quality of Ederson here that we can play. Look at Alvarez there. There we are. Up to Haaland. It nearly works out. And you can play that long ball. And Ederson's going to be a key component for you playing amazing football in FC24. Ederson, a goalkeeper that can pass the ball very well. You know, if you're playing this without Manchester City, because of course you don't have to play away with Manchester City, you might want to try it out with another team. Bit too aggressive there from Alvarez. You can try it out with another team, but when you're doing that, then you do need to bear in mind that, you know, you've got to be good. You've got to be good with the goalkeeper. You've got to be confident. You've got to be brave, very brave. Stones, Alvarez makes a run. You've got to get it into these two in midfield and then work it from there. We've yet to make a one-on-one situation in a wide area. But here's Jeremy Doku. Lovely play by Doku. Doku, absolutely fantastic. Electric Jeremy Doku. Back to Bernardo. Back through to Doku. Great play by City. Doku into Haaland here. Nearly. But there you go. That is just a little short view of how you can play. We only scored 1 goal there, but you saw a defensive situation. You've got to get it to those 2 in Stones and Rodri midfield. And those guys playing as deep line playmakers will move for you, will make the passing angles for you. Again, you want to play with possession, let the opposition press you, take your time on the ball, then find the passes. It's a risky way of playing, but that's the way Pep Guardiola, Manchester City play. Let us know in the comments down below if this formation works for you on FC24. Give it a go and let me know, because I'd be really interested to how it goes. I'm looking to modify my formation slightly going into FC24 Series 2 of the career mode, where I will change things perhaps to a diamond in midfield, and then once again after the series finishes, we'll do a tactics video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.